Hey guys, YouTuber Earth here from AI for Teens, and unless you've been living under a rock, you know that the movie Oppenheimer has just been released. It's about, as the name suggests, J. Robert Oppenheimer, one of the leading scientists in the Manhattan Project. And if you don't know, then the Manhattan Project actually led to the creation of the first atomic bomb. Another interesting tidbit, this movie was directed by Christopher Nolan. He's a wonderful director. He's directed The Dark Knight, Interstellar, Inception, wonderful movies. But by now you're probably wondering, what does Christopher Nolan, what does Oppenheimer do atomic bombs? What do they have to do with artificial intelligence? And it's this. So, when Oppenheimer saw the first testing of the atomic bomb, he came to a horrifying epiphany because he saw just how catastrophic, just how destructive it really was. He saw the potential misuse, the number of casualties it would lead to. And this moment of stark clarity and dread has been coined as an Oppenheimer moment. The realization that your scientific and technological innovation will have disastrous consequences. And more than that, the director, as I mentioned, Christopher Nolan, of the movie Oppenheimer claims that we are in AI's Oppenheimer moment. But are we really? What I think is that the phase we are approaching in terms of artificial intelligence is really similar to an Oppenheimer moment, but not quite the same thing. Because right now we see the full-blown potential of AI, both the good and the bad. So, if you were here last week, then you saw us analyze Bill Gates' analogy, which compared AI to cars. And AI's first Oppenheimer moment will be in AI's first car crash. Because AI will undoubtedly make us more productive, both in the good things, but also regrettably in the negative things too. So, for example, using co-pilots, combat will become so much more deadly because you have this AI tool that can help you kill people. And you have the developers who can create malicious computer software such as viruses using AI. So it is essential that government organizations and corporations who are investing into AI have a deep understanding of it, number one, and number two, they are held accountable for it. Because we're approaching a new era, and the decisions we make here will decide whether AI becomes a tool for good or a force of destruction. One thing AI and nukes do have in common, though, is that they both require massive infrastructure to run. So that's why not all countries have nukes, and not all companies are investing into AI. So the big forefront runners of AI need to have universally agreed protocols and standards that they hold themselves to ensure AI can be remaining safe. And this transitions perfectly into our second story. 7 top AI companies meet with Joe Biden at the White House to discuss protocols and safeguards to add to their artificial intelligence. And these companies are Microsoft, Amazon, Meta, Google, OpenAI, Anthropic, and Inflection. So, obviously this is just the first step that needs to be taken because AI is growing more sophisticated and more human-like. So at the end of maybe even the decade, we're probably gonna have like a whole rulebook just dedicated to AI protocols. But in this one meeting at the White House, what was discussed? So first of all, something that was really big was the testing and regulations, essentially, that it had to be tested, the products that the companies were creating. I mean, they had to be tested by both inside the companies and external parties as well, such as independent researchers. Then number 2, another one that was pretty big is transparency. Somebody has to be able to distinguish AI-created text and human-generated text, and maybe thoughts of doing this, adding watermarks to things that are created via artificial intelligence. Number 3, there has to be a positive societal benefit, or at least research into how you can use AI to help benefit the society. Thinking into things such as climate change or other major problems that are affecting our day-to-day life. And number 4, you have to adhere to the principal values. Privacy. You have to try to research into reducing bias and discrimination in your AI products. I'm just going to be paraphrasing something said by Joe Biden here, and it's that we have to be vigilant and wary of emerging threats from emerging technologies because they can threaten things such as our democracy and our principles. So this is a huge responsibility that we have to get right. Because, though there are several good possibilities that can come from AI, there are bad ones too that we have to be ready for. And just a quick side note that the timing of this meeting is largely due to the competition between these 7 companies to get the best AI out there. And this is something we're going to be discussing next week, so stay tuned for that. So I really hope you guys learned something new in this video. Do you think AI has reached its Oppenheimer moment yet? Or what are your thoughts about the regulations that were created? Do new things have to be added, or is it just a bit too much? Comment your thoughts down below, and I'd love to discuss this with you. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Also, just reintroducing myself here. My name is Yuti Parod, and I'm the founder of a nonprofit called AI for Teens. The mission of AI for Teens is to create a community of AI enthusiasts among teenagers. And to go about doing this, we are hosting a completely free crash course into machine learning. Classes will be once a week for 6 weeks, and it will be held virtually over Zoom. What will you learn in this crash course? Well, good question. We're going to cover an overview into ML and AI. Then we're going to discuss how they can be used in different industries. We're going to be talking about supervised models, unsupervised models, practical experience, and then future technologies such as generative AI and deep learning. This is very interesting, and it's so important that teenagers learn this now because AI is rooting itself deeper and deeper into our world. So future world leaders must know how to navigate it. If you are interested in registering, don't hesitate and just email mail.aiforteens@gmail.com to book your spot today. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye, guys.